Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in Wolfe County as I am blown away right now by Ty Back and his ability to come up with graphics, as that was an incredible intro, a debut intro, if you will, Rob, right here in the first round of the 55th District Tournament.
Well, I was dumbfounded. I had my headset off so I could listen to the intro and watch, and just had to get my headset back on real quick. Wow, what a bang-up job by Ty Back on the intro.
I can't take full credit for it, but
dude,
we know people. How about that?
There you go. We know people. BSN's got the hookup.
Hey, well, we know where we're going to when it comes time for a little mega sports talk show intro.
Yes, sir, Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer, Ty Back. Big thanks. Just glad to be back here at Rose Gymnasium in Canton, Kentucky. Seems like I've spent a lot of time down here lately. Today, or tonight I should say, I am back with the one and only Casey Allen. I had the privilege of calling a couple games with Lucas Miller. But, folks, beware, because the Mega Powers are back together tonight for this game against the Jackson City Tigers and the Breathitt Bobcats. 55th District matchup action here in the district tournament. I want to say a big thank you to our title sponsors, Wolfe County Farm Bureau, Susan Cable and Fig Kelly, and also Breathitt County Farm Bureau, Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Big thanks to both of those agencies for being the title sponsor. Thanks to everybody for tuning in at this point. Make sure you share it. We want to remind everybody real quick before we break for commercial, if you get a chance, go over to YouTube. Our presentation tonight is on Facebook, YouTube, and on the website. Please go over to our YouTube channel if you have not already and subscribe to the BSN Sports channel. It is free. We say subscribe because we need you as a subscriber. We need about 70 more folks to reach the 1,000 member limit on that YouTube channel to get to where we can cover a little bit more for you guys and do some more things on YouTube. So if you haven't, go subscribe. It's free. If you know somebody that hasn't, hey, go hook them up on a computer and make sure you're on there. If everybody in the family subscribed, you know, you've not lost anything. It's free. So I want to remind you about that. I think we're going to take a break here in just a minute for some commercials. You got any pregame thoughts you want to share, Casey, before we do that?
I just wanted to touch base on what you was talking about there with the subscriptions. You know, a lot of people, I get a lot of text messages from people that's asking, are we going to do a ball game tonight? Are we doing this game? If you subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification, it will tell you when we go live. And,
yes, sir.
And that will keep you up to date with everything that's going on with BSN and all the great stuff. And just a shout out to Brendan Miller on an unbelievable job that he and Coach Shorty Combs did on the middle school thing.
Man, wasn't that something else? That was
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and it just goes to show you that BSN's all about these kids, putting the best product out there that we possibly can to promote these kids and especially in this area, and it extends into the region. Like me and you were talking about with our sports show, it's going to extend all into the region. And all of Eastern Kentucky as members of his team is from Pikeville all the way to Corbin. So just reaching out to everybody, you know, go over and hit that subscribe button, help us out a little bit so that we can bring you even better content in the future. And I guess that's we'll talk a little bit more about the game as it goes along, but we got to pay some bills for sure and send it over to Ty's for commercial.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies, including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here from Rose Gymnasium in Canton, Kentucky for the 55th District matchup here for action for boys. The Breathitt Bobcats and the Jackson City Tigers. This is a community clash as came down the road a piece, coming down 15 Kenton. A lot of people from Jackson here has invaded Rose Gymnasium tonight. I see a fellow football player down there in front of me, Tony Turner, with a great cameraman that we had, Preston. Big matchup here tonight, Casey. You know, there's a lot of people that's been talking about this game this week. A lot of people think there's a lot to be said, and some people think that it's going to be a one-sided broadcast. You know, as Jackson City is undermanned, if you would say that, against this Breathitt County team, but not to take anything away from them. They've got a fine senior in Micah Henson. Excited to watch him play here tonight for Jackson and see what he can do. You know, we covered this broadcast earlier in the year, and it wasn't the fact that they were so much undermanned, but I think they just got wore down. You know, Breathitt's got a deep bench and a lot of good players that come off the bench for them. You talk about a sixth man by the name of Andrew Combs when he comes on the court and really makes a lot happen for this Bobcat team. And we'll see a different starter tonight as they're without Jalen Turner. So we'll see who gets the start for the Bobcats.
You know, speaking of Andrew, he was one of the first ones to come out of the locker room just in for the Bobcats. But, you know, as you said, you know, Breathitt had a little bit of a scare there with the COVID situation earlier, and don't have a whole lot of details into that. I don't personally, but having said that, you know, we're still able to have this game in a time that, you know, is you don't want to take anything for granted if you're an athlete or a coach in this situation, or someone in the community, because you never know when it's going to be the last game of the season, and when it comes tournament time, anything could happen. So, you know, whether you're a heavy favorite or you're the underdog, it doesn't really matter in the sense of tournament time. And I'll give you a prime example of that is the number one team in the state in football. You know, I'm a football guy, and 1A was Pikeville all year long. You know, and they were running through people. And they get in the playoffs in the second round against a team that they should have handled easily. And Hazard comes out and just absolutely controls the game and puts a whooping on them and advances. And, you know, that just says a lot about, you know, the kids in the mountains, and there's a lot of fight left in these Tigers. The
thing I like about calling this game and the first gentleman that walks out on the court for Jackson City's Micah Henson. We watched these two teams play up on the hill at Jackson City at Golf Gymnasium, and I tell you what, there wasn't anything left in these Tigers when they got done. They fought all night for every point and every basket they got, and they never gave up. And it's a lot to be said for a team like this with only one senior to keep the fight and to keep going. As you see Micah Henson exchange a handshake with Coach John Noble before the game. You know, these two teams.
Well, Rob, real respects real,
yes,
you know, and it recognizes real. And Coach Noble taking time to go over there and shake his hand. He's over here shooting a few more shots to get ready for the game. And he is an excellent leader. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but he is he's – you know, the record doesn't show just what kind of leadership this kid has. And I've said all along that, you know, he can play on any ball team that I ever have. And he's an excellent example of what Breathitt County is and, you know, what Jackson City is and the type of people that we have. And I'm extremely excited to see what kind of performance he puts out here tonight.
Yeah, these two teams really got after it. And, you know, like I said, that there was nothing but fight in these Tigers when they played the Bobcats earlier in the year. You know, we got a couple different players. Claire is out for the Tigers. Jalen Turner's not going to be here with us tonight for the Bobcats. But it should be a good matchup. You know, these two teams are going to get after it and they're going to fight. And the good thing about it was everything we've seen from these two teams prior has been nothing but good sportsmanship. They've really got after it and been scrappy, and it's been an exciting, you know, game to watch. But the sportsmanship was really great between the two. And like I said, you know, it's not so much that Jackson City was outmanned as far as the starters, but Breathitt has a deep bench. And when you can sub 2-3 players out and they can come in and knock down the three, you can keep your offense rotation moving. You know, the Tigers are limited as how far they can go on the bench. And we talked about it too. It's a young team. Micah being the only senior for the Tigers, but I'm really interested to see, you know, how they come out and play against this Bobcat team. And I'm looking over to see everybody's in their warm-ups except Andrew. Don't leave him open. Combs. He's joined
and the normal suspects.
He's joined the normal suspects in white for the Bobcats. I think we're getting ready for the national anthem here. Waiting for the flag to drop. Figured we were, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, while we're waiting on that, I'll just touch base on what you was talking about there, Rob. As these two teams right here have come together and unified as for the community, if you will, and that's been hit pretty hard lately with the flooding.
Flood-ravaged county and community, and these two teams able to get together and play tonight. So, you know, we talked a little bit about last week. They wanted to do a flood relief game and never really got to get that and didn't take part, didn't happen. But it's just great that these two teams can come together tonight here in Rose Gymnasium. We're going to kick off the 55th District Tournament. Special thanks to Wolfe County Farm Bureau, Susan Cable and Fig Kelly, and Breathitt County Farm Bureau, Chuck Price and Seth Holland. We'll take a quick break and go quiet here as they play the national anthem. And we'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, we're back after the playing of the national anthem. Casey Allen and myself have great seats here in the house tonight, sitting high above the floor here at Rose Gymnasium as we get ready for the starting lineups.
They are the 2016 55th District Champions the Jackson City Tigers.
Jackson Tigers will be the visitors on the scoreboard here tonight. We'll get their starting lineups first.
Number 14,
Very modest group.
Yeah, they're not coming out on the floor. I was kind of expecting a little bit more height than that. Of course, we got number 1, Peyton Tharp. Number 3, man we talked about earlier, Michael Henson. Number 32, Paxton Howard. Number 31, Jaden Jett. And number 44, Braxton Jett. There's the starters for the Jackson Tigers as Coach Breathitt gets them ready to go. Gives them some final information. It's important to keep a young group of players like that interested in going in this game, Casey. If you're going to go up against a buzzsaw, if you will, that's been the Breathitt Bobcats as of late. They're introducing the whole teams here tonight as the Bobcats will come out onto the court. And then we'll wait for the starting lineups for the starters. I mean, look what a deep bench, Casey. We continue to announce kids that are coming out onto the floor. And we've been witness to each one of these kids playing. And I tell you, every one of them brings something different to the court when they come out.
Every single one of them has a different skill set that they bring to the game.
Starters for the Bobcats, number 2, Tyler Christie. Number 4, Luke Bellamy. Number 5, Big Bryce Hoskins. Number 14, Austin Sperry. And number 32, Andrew Combs getting a call tonight. Bobcats at the mid-court getting ready to go. Casey, last-minute thoughts before we get started, brother.
I'm just looking forward to two teams coming in here, laying it all on the line, Rob. No matter what happens score-wise, I just, don't leave here with anything left in the tank.
Right.
And that's speaking from personal experience, and you can speak on that as well. You don't want to leave anything or take anything home with you. You want to leave it right here on the center court, if you will, and I fully expect both of these teams to do it. Breathitt's both of them are pretty young basketball teams, to say the least. And, fully expect a high-tempo ball game from Breathitt to push the pace. And as always, my player to watch is going to be Bryce Hoskins down low.
Coach Pertussit yelling some last-minute instruction as Micah Henson gets the ball into Peyton Tharp. Tharp wanted to hit Henson and didn't, but Paxton Howard's going to come up with it now. Now back to Henson, over to Tharp at the top of the key. Coach Pertussit yells for the offense to get moving. Howard with it, working against Christie. He's going to dish over to Jett. Jett chases it, gets it just out of bounds. Knocked down by Sperry. Here comes Andrew Combs going quick to the basket, puts up a layup, bounces off, rebound to Sperry. Underneath to Christie, goes up, and it's in, and they're going to call a foul. Early foul under the basket. Shot for Christie was good.
I just tell you, you can't ask for a better start if you're Breathitt. On the defensive end, they're forcing a turnover and getting the putback there by your senior here. Christie's looking to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
I didn't see who the foul was called on. I missed the number, and the player foul on the scoreboard is not working, and Tharp's going to get bumped out of bounds. And that foul is going to be called on Luke Bellamy.
Pamela Mullins says, I'm going to miss seeing Turner play tonight, but excited for Andrew Combs, favorite sixth man in the region.
Tharp over to Howard, now to Henson. Henson gets it across midcourt, drives to the lane, dishes, no. Wow. What a fake. He faked me out, went up under the basket, layup was no good. Bellamy pushes it up the court, now to Combs. Back to Bellamy, over to Sperry, inside to Hoskins now. Hoskins working against Jett. Turns, puts up a shot, no good, rims off. Christie with another rebound, and another 2 points for Tyler Christie.
Yeah, Tyler Christie's come out and said, I'm gonna leave it all on the floor, like I said earlier, and that's exactly what you expect from your seniors. He has gotten 2 quick rebounds and got both baskets for the Bobcats early on here, Rob. He's off to a hot start, and there's a good timeout there by Jackson City.
Yeah, a good timeout by Coach Pertussit just to slow things down a bit. Not that anything was about to get out of hand, but the Bobcats with a 5-0 start, 7:06 to go in the first. Quick rebounds by Tyler Christie as he got inside, and he's got all the points for Breathitt at this point.
I just tell you, though, Rob,
noticing
his body language, he's just got that mindset. Look, his body says that he's here for one reason, and that's just to dominate, and that's what it's showing.
Well, and he probably knows he's got a little bit of extra slack to pick up without Jalen here tonight. So Tharp working against Combs now, top of the key. Looks, passes over to Jett. That's Jaden Jett. Now Sperry takes it away. He's going to go in hard to the basket with a layup, and it's up and in. 2 points for Sperry. His first 2 of the night.
And this defense Breathitt's got is really, they're getting after it. They're playing man-to-man defense, and it's just, they're up in your face.
Henson had a defender in front and one behind. He's working against Combs, or Bellamy, I mean. He runs in against Bellamy, no good. With that layup, Henson's put up 2 shots now for the Tigers. Dish inside to Christie, and a dunk. Nice pass inside by Sperry. Tyler Christie goes up. 6:20, 9-0 here in the first.
Christie may be lucky there. I mean, fortunately, he didn't get a
that's what I thought.
A technical foul.
Yeah, we did get a technical. I wasn't for sure, but Coach Pertussit on the Jackson Tiger bench gets a quick tee, and Luke Bellamy going to go to the foul line and shoot the technical foul shots. You notice, it's great to see a coach fired up, but you look down here at the other end of the court, and the Jackson and the Bobcat players are all standing together, and Tyler Christie was talking to Micah Henson, and you get a good feeling like this is just a good old pickup game, and we've talked about it before, and these kids are going to go out and talk and be friends after this is over, I'm sure. And we've witnessed this in earlier games, great sportsmanship on both sides. Combs going to inbound the ball now to Sperry for the Bobcats. Over to Bellamy. Bellamy on the left wing, dishes inside to Christie, puts the ball on the court, goes up, and he's going to get called for the travel. No basket on that one. Good-looking move inside by Christie, but not tonight.
I think it was a good call by the ref. You got to get something going here if you're Jackson City for sure. Moving the ball around.
Over to Henson. Henson thought about a long three. He looks again.
He's got the range.
Yeah, he does. Passes over to Tharp. Henson still looking to get open. They know he needs the ball in his hands. Dribbles, looks over at Coach Pertussit. Calls the offense. He's got Howard and Tharp moving on the right wing. Tharp's going to come out. Get the ball at the top of the key. Now back over to Henson. Henson drives against Combs. Going to go to the foul line, stops, put up a jumper, and he gets the roll this time. Nice shot.
Great defense, too, by Combs.
Henson.
Out of a timeout, you want to do that. You want to get a score, but you also want to get points after your coach gets a technical foul.
Yeah. Long three by Sperry was good as he was wide open from the top of the key. Bobcats take a 13-2 lead with 5:16 to go. Henson now working against Sperry, over to Howard. Howard drives in against Combs, fakes, puts up a shot. Christie probably going to get called for that foul as he went up for the block. And nope, they're going to call that on Andrew Combs.
Well, the game plan is obvious for Jackson City, and that's spread the floor and allow their guards to try to drive and penetrate and possibly pick up a foul, go to the foul line. As I don't think a single player was in the paint there for Jackson City. Nicole Combs says, you all need a petition for a radio show. We can't make it until next season without the best broadcast team out there.
Well, I'm glad she said that, Casey, because we've been working hard, and I told Casey right before we went on the air as Paxton Howard hits both of his free throws that I've actually been working this week with a local company there in Jackson on getting our banner and some T-shirts ready for our show. We've got sponsors. As you see, Sperry with a hot hand with another big three. So, yes, folks, the BSN Mega Sports Show is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. We're going to try to get on the air this month. It's just been a whirlwind of a month up to this point so far, and Casey and I really wanted to try to do something by the end of February, but with the ice storm and the snowstorm and then the flooding, and there's been so much going on in the community, and I've been pulled in a lot of different directions, but we're going to try to make it happen because we like bragging on these kids. Paxton Howard steps back for an ice three, but it rolls off. Combs going to come down with it now, pushes it over to Bellamy, inside to Bryce Hoskins.
Wow,
nice
what
dish,
a look.
and a nice cut by Sperry as the big man Hoskins hits the passing lane. Sperry gets the basket and points to him and says, I see you, big man.
Now, while you was talking there, I want to say one thing about Sperry's game, and I'm his coach on the football field, one of his coaches on the football field, and I like to keep it real with him. And one thing is if he gets his three-point shot to start falling consistently, look out, because he's got every tool in the tool shed, as you just seen him contort and go up for the layup there on an unbelievable dime by Bryce Hoskins. It's there's so much athleticism on this front, on this first five that Breathitt has on the court. And you add Jalen in there, it is just spectacular to watch. And obviously you see the score at 18-4 right now, as Jackson City called another timeout. But Breathitt is absolutely in postseason form. Rob.
Yeah, you can see it, and you can see it in the way they're playing and looking for each other. There's a lot of times that you could pick anybody on this court, Casey, and they could have a big game any night, and it's not because of selfishness, but it's really because of unselfishness. These guys look for each other on the court, and they really make things happen for each other, not just themselves. Like I said, we've watched Bellamy have big nights and put up threes. We've seen nights when Sperry just went off and scored 29 points on people, and it's a real pleasure to see Andrew Combs getting the start here tonight in this district battle. As you watch Sperry going to drive to the basket, and he dishes inside to Hoskins, and about 3 defenders from the Tigers right there, and he's unable to handle it as Sperry takes it away from Tharp. Sperry back up the court quickly now, putting his moves on Henson. He dishes over to Bellamy in the corner, now inside to Hoskins. Hoskins working against Jett, drives under the basket, puts up a
quick feet, man.
A nice shot behind the back, if you will. Nice little layup by Bryce. 20-4 with 3:59 to go in the first. Howard with it for the Tigers. Gets across midcourt, now over to Henson. Inside to an open Jett, and a nice put up by Jaden Jett. Open man under the basket. The Tigers worked hard to find him open. There goes Christie, dumps inside to Hoskins, goes up. Can't find the hoop on that one, gets his own rebound, goes up, no good.
I tell you, man, I love the pace. I'm a big fan of fast-paced basketball. On this end, though, Breathitt was a little lazy getting back on defense, and it allowed for 2 points there by Jackson City as Bryce goes to the foul line to shoot 2 free throws.
I think that foul was on Braxton Jett as Hoskins goes to the free throw line, hits his first.
For a guy that is the size of Bryce, he has really quick feet.
Hoskins' second shot hits the front of the rim, no good.
I don't know about that call. He's going to call a foul on Christie. I wasn't even being boxed out there.
No. Christie can't worry about that when there's going to be some calls like that you don't understand. You let it roll off your back and play the next play. Howard tries to get the ball to Henson and does. Henson dishes to Jett. Jett didn't see it. Combs picks up the missed pass to Sperry. Sperry behind the back with a layup. 2 more points for Austin Sperry. Bobcats continue to roll. 23-6. Tharp goes in against Hoskins, puts up a shot, no good. Good job by Peyton that time to go into the basket and draw the big foul on the big man, Bryce Hoskins.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you got to do against this Breathitt County team. They're going to contest every shot that you take, so why not take the body and go to the foul line?
You had good eyes that time as Henson looked up to see Jett running the court, threw it up to him, and Jett had just taken his eyes off the ball for that split second, and Combs was able to come up with a pass.
We're not even talking about the fact that Austin Sperry went behind the back for the layup, because it's just something that you've become used to seeing him do as he drives down the court here.
Dishes to Christie over in the corner, over to Hoskins. Hoskins with a little hook shot over Jett. Nice rebound by Braxton. Braxton Jett. I'll get it right in a minute, folks. Henson bringing the ball up the court for the Tigers. Cross midcourt. He's working against Luke Bellamy. Drives over into the corner. He's going to go deep now. Looks to get, nice get up by Bellamy that time, but he's going to get called for the foul as he went up for the block.
Coach Noble really upset about that call. Thought it was clean. I did too from my point of view, but, like you said.
Henson was taken into the hoop and just gave a little stop and went up for the shot, and Combs maybe a little late when he went up to him and got called for the foul, trying to block the shot. So Luke Bellamy going to sit, and we see another young man with the last name Bellamy come in. A fine young fellow, Isaac, gets into the ball game, number 24. Luke's place.
I just got to tell you, I don't know how I'd feel if I was an older brother and my younger brother subbed me out.
Christie now going to drive inside, dishes over to Andrew Combs for 3. If he finds the hot hand, folks, look out.
Yeah, he's got one of the sweetest shots in the 14th region. And I'm still working on getting him on the football field.
Jet with it. Over on the left wing, dishes back to Tharp for the Tigers. Now back to Jet. Jet, nobody inside for the Tigers except Jaden. Now Tharp's going to drive to the basket, and Sperry gets up and takes that one away with a nice block. Nice offensive set by Tigers right then, as they kind of cleaned everybody out from inside and kept people on the perimeter. That's why Isaac Bellamy comes into the ball game. He's one of the best shooters on this Bobcat team and put up a nice 3-point shot from that left corner. 2:02 to go in the first with a quick timeout, 29-7 Bobcats.
Got to tell you, Rob, I'm really loving this playoff version of Austin Sperry. Yeah. I'm telling you, I mean, he's pushed the pace all season, but he's just in a different mode right now, and it's great to see as he, put faith and trust in young player, and he's young himself. You've got to remember, this kid is a freshman out here balling the way that he is, so it's unbelievable. Okay, I'm sorry, Howard. They're not cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah, they're
okay,
cousins.
that's my mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake.
I wanted to correct you on that one, but you're only allowed one mistake a night on this broadcast, so I didn't want to call you out there early.
I'm just going to say that I carry pens, not pencils, because I don't make many mistakes.
Tharp wide open for 3, and it goes in. Big time shot for Peyton Tharp. Nice looking. He was wide open too, and a nice looking shot. Christie catches the shot by Sperry, and he goes up and in for 2. Answer by the Bobcats.
Yeah, if you're Jackson City, if there's a missed shot like that, you've got to get the rebound. You have to.
Hanson gets it up the court to Tharp. Tharp's going to drive, dishes to Braxton Jet in the corner, puts up a long 3. Oh, it rimmed all over, bounced all over the rim, no good. Sperry gets it up the court quickly now to Combs. Cross court to an open Isaac Bellamy in the corner, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Take the wind right out of that.
Well, for those that was watching there and not just listening, he drained that shot too.
Yeah, he drained that shot.
So I would definitely put somebody on him and cover him up, because those Bellamy boys can absolutely shoot the ball.
Yeah. A lot of people tuning in saying good luck to both teams as Howard goes up for 3, no good. Hoskins gets it up the court to Sperry. Sperry works around Tharp. In against Henson now under the basket. Give to Christie right under the hoop. Shot was up, no good, but I'm sure we're going to get a foul called. And that's going to be on Peyton Tharp. And that'll send Christie to the line.
Telling you, man, it's just, I mean, if you've not gotten to see this young team play, and in person or on BSN, it's a treat, because they're so athletic and you forget how young they are. And right now you got 1 senior on the court, and you've got 2 sophomores. And is Isaac a freshman, or is he an 8th grader?
I think Isaac's an 8th grader. He might be a freshman.
Well, either way, you've got a freshman, 2 sophomores, a senior, and possibly another freshman or 8th grader on the court for the Breathitt right now.
Hoskins gets the ball down the court again to open Sperry. Did he slip?
Yeah, there's definitely
maybe tweaked his back a little on that layup. 35-10. Less than 40 seconds to go in the first period. Much different Bobcat team than we witnessed that only scored 1 point against PCC in the third quarter, as they put up 35 points here in this first period in this 55th district championship.
Howard Watts. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Henson drove to the basket. Shot was no good. You go ahead, Casey.
Howard Watts says the Bellamy boys are my nephews. Did you teach them how to shoot the basketball, Howard?
Nice dish inside to Tyler Christie by Austin Sperry, and Christie goes up for 2 more points. Henson going to bring the ball down the court slowly for the Tigers with 4 seconds to go. He'll look to take the last shot maybe. Nope, Tharp's going to put up a long 3-pointer just off the front of the rim. That's going to bring us to the end of the first period as Coach Pertusset's got his work cut out for him, keeping the Tigers in this ball game, 37-10. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives. And people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
All right, folks, we're back. We'll run down some quick sponsors here as we have a pretty good list here tonight to talk about. We've added the law office of Darrell Harold. Darrell has over 30 years of taking care of the legal needs and citizens of Breathitt, Wolf, and the surrounding counties. Big thanks to him. PDQ Sales and Service, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale, serving the wholesale needs and supplying Eastern Kentucky. Jackson Physical Therapy, owner of Colby Watts and Jackson Physical Therapy, will get you back into the action. Folks, we want to give you a quick reminder to go on YouTube and subscribe to the BSN channel if you haven't already. If you know somebody that hasn't, please send them a message and see if they'll subscribe. It's free. You'll get reminders that tells you when our action is going to be live and our next broadcast. And we will have press conferences with both teams after the game. And that's something that we want to try to get. Everything's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, but we would like to be able to do a lot more on YouTube if we could and get enough subscribers. Coach John Noble's got some new soldiers on the field, if you will, Casey, as you see Blake Ritchie step back and hit that three-pointer.
Yeah, I think he played Plinko there with that shot.
Henson goes in for a layup. The basket is good, and that foul's going to be on Blake Ritchie.
Yeah, Henson just took it by himself there and said, I've got to get something going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, right out of the gate there to have a three-point basket going in for Breathitt is really take the wind out of your sails to start a period out there for the Jackson City Tigers.
Henson misses the and one on the foul shot. Blake Ritchie going to go in for a layup, no good. Hoskins with a big rebound. Kick back to Luke Bellamy. Shot for three over Howard, no good. Tharp comes down with it. Battle for the ball between he and Ritchie.
Good call by the ref.
Yep, good call. Going to call that one on Blake Ritchie. That'll be two on him quick. Henson going to bring the ball inbounds. They're going to move it all the way down here to this corner.
They're
we're shooting one and one. My bad.
Well, normally we're trying to foul people out, Rob.
Yeah, we are.
And you sent me that shirt. That's me, man. You got 5 fouls and don't make me use them.
Tharp's attempt at the 1-and-1 is no good. Hoskins, the big man, brings the ball all the way down the court for the Bobcats. Ritchie puts up another three, no good. Rebound to Braxton Jett, now over to Henson.
Blake's feeling his shot too.
I tell you what, when I saw that shirt today, Casey, I thought of you. I've got 5 fouls, and I'm not afraid to use them. Henson working against Ritchie. Out to Tharp, now Braxton Jett over on the corner, now to Henson, now to Tharp, top of the key, working against Luke Bellamy. Tharp going to take it in, dribbles, dishes over to Paxton Howard, and he couldn't hold on to it. Ball goes out of bounds right in front of the Breathitt bench.
Yeah, it's just a tough possession there for the Jackson City Tigers.
Isaac going to inbound the ball to Luke. Luke passes it back to Isaac now as he brings it across midcourt. He's directing traffic. Gets them in motion. Ritchie wanted the ball early, couldn't get it. Caden Turner in the ball game too. Luke's going to step out, and he hits the three from the top of the arc. Nice shot. The rotation looked really good that time, and when Luke came around, he was open. Isaac hit him with a pass. Nice three-point play. 43-12, 6:22 to go before the half. Henson over to Tharp. Tharp dishes over in the corner to Howard. Howard going to drive against Caden Turner, kicks back to Tharp. Tharp going to go for a long three-point basket. Nothing but net by Peyton Tharp. What a shot, Casey.
I tell you what, I tell him to send it every time.
He was 6 foot behind the arc and over an outstretched hand of Luke Bellamy. Nice shot by Peyton Tharp.
It's going to take shooting like that to get back in the ball game.
Caden Turner finds an open Isaac Bellamy. Isaac's three-point basket's no good, and I think they're going to call that on Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce
Bryce over the back on that rebound, going after it. And we got a quick, what's this whistle for?
I'm not sure.
They're going to bring it back, shoot to 1-and-1. Yep. Shoot to 1-and-1. That's twice.
Our producer down here, Ty.
It's a good thing Ty's on the ball. I mean, what would we do without him?
Well, we wouldn't be what we are without Ty, I'll just tell you.
We wouldn't be sitting here with headsets on. First foul shot by Braxton Jett's no good. Looked like it was going in. Look at the big man, Bryce Hoskins, run the court. Dishes over to Isaac Bellamy. Now up the top of the key to Richie. Now over to Luke Bellamy. Luke calls the offense. Trying to get them set. Dishes inside to Bryce. Bryce working against Braxton Jett. Goes up with the shot. No good. Big rebound for Jett.
Well, if you're Breathitt, you live with that because Bryce had a great look at the basket.
You got to love the fight in the Tigers. Big rebound by Braxton. And, dishes it out. Henson brings the ball up the court. And a big-time shot by Tharp. Henson continuing to drive to the basket. Jett stepped out behind the three-point line. Now dishes out to Howard. Here goes Tharp with another three. That one's no good. Hoskins with the rebound up the court to Luke Bellamy. Bellamy's going to drive. Thinks twice about it. Steps back. Dishes to Isaac Bellamy. Isaac working against Tharp. Now over to Luke Bellamy in the corner for three, and it's good. Wow.
Boys, if you're Breathitt County, you got to love the fact that these boys are shooting the lights out like they are. You just hope that they save something in the tank.
Well, they look real comfortable here in Rose Gymnasium. You'd think it was a home game the way they're hitting the basket tonight. Henson at the top of the key. Out about the Wolves logo here in Rose Gymnasium. Dribbles over to the left wing. Calls for the pick. He works around Richie. Now over to Tharp. Tharp back over to Braxton Jett. Now back to Micah Henson. Henson calls for Jaden Jett to come out. Dishes over to Tharp. Tharp gets him set. He's working against Luke Bellamy. He's going to drive. He turns. Dishes over to Braxton Jett. Wanted to shoot the three and didn't.
Just my thinking on this, Rob, is early on, Jackson City was going to a much more spread out offense where everybody was basically at the three-point line.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. That call is going to be against Braxton Jett as he landed an elbow into Bryce's chest. I think he was just trying to clear him out and make a pass. I don't think it was anything intentional, but he got called for it.
But going back to what I was saying, right now would be the time to go to that offense of spreading the floor and doing a lot of ISOs to see if you could get to the basket, because Breathitt, for one, is a much smaller unit here, and they got some substitutions on the floor.
Well, there was a dish inside from Christie to Caden Turner. Caden got it blocked by Tharp. Goes back up with that shot. It's up and good.
Breathitt in the 2-3 zone here. So I'm bringing that basketball analysis, Rob.
Appreciate that, brother. You and I got to work on that, two football guys sitting up here calling a district championship game. I hope Brendan Miller knows what he's doing. Braxton Howard working against Richie. Drives under the basket, dishes back out to Jett. Now over to Tharp, over on the left wing. Tharp's calling for it inside, wanting to dish it to Jett, but he's covered. Henson going to drive, kicks back to Tharp. He's hit one from here earlier, but that one rims out. Big sky and rebound for Andrew Combs. Brings the ball up the court quick. Richie can't hold on to the pass, goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Tigers.
Breathitt is all about pushing the ball tonight, are they not?
Yep, they sure are. Combs got down the court quick, went in under the basket and just dished it back out to Richie, and Richie couldn't hold on to it.
It's an interesting lineup that Breathitt has on the floor right now.
Yeah. Tharp running the offense, gets it over to Howard. Now to Jett in the corner. Jett dishes back to Tharp. Jett's going to have to take that three if they keep leaving him open over here. Sooner or later, he's going to have to shoot it. Paxton Howard over on the right hand. He drives in against Christie, puts up a shot, no good. Christie, I think, was trying to draw a foul, and the charge didn't get it. Christie's going to drive the court, and he's going to go in past Jett, go up for a shot, lay up.
Jett got away with a shove.
He did.
That should have been an and one opportunity.
Another two by Christie. 50-15, 2:14 to go before the half. Fine young man Micah Henson brings the ball up the court, passes to Tharp, puts up another three. That one rims out. Combs there again for the rebound. Dish up the court to Sperry. Sperry dishes under the basket to Christie. Can't get the roll, but Caden Turner's there for the rebound and the putback. Tell you what, Caden Turner's really got some valuable minutes on this Bobcat team when he's come in and played.
Yeah, as Coach Noble looks like he's going to go to a full platoon swap here.
Henson over to Tharp. Now cross court to Howard. Paxton's going to shoot the three. No good. Rebound down to Christie.
Timeout by Coach Noble.
Get a quick timeout. We're going to have some big subs as we've got number 14 Combs coming in for the Tigers. And number 11 Sizemore will come in for the Tigers. They'll stay in with Henson, Jaden Jett, and Paxton Howard. Bobcats looking at some mass substitutions also. See number 21, Farmer.
Number 10.
He's out there.
Dylan Stacy. 33, Caden Boland.
Aaron Stallard also on the court.
And Hamilton's on the court as well.
Jackson Hamilton. So a lot of young players coming in for the Bobcats. Minus Mr. Farmer there, who's a senior. And some younger players coming in for the Tigers also. Good move by both coaches at this point, Casey.
Yeah.
Good show of respect on both teams to get some younger players in, let them get some minutes at this point in the ball game. 1:30 to go before the half, 52-15.
Got a 3-second violation.
3-second violation, yep.
You don't see that a whole lot
No.
in high school basketball anymore.
Not a call that you see a lot, but somebody must have been standing there pretty good for them to call it. I think it might have been Farmer or Bowling, not for sure.
Breathitt still in the 2-3 here.
Henson going to find Combs over here, and he shoots a three. It's no good. Bowling saves it for the Bobcats. Now to Hamilton. Hamilton brings the ball up the court at the point guard. Dishes over to Caden Bowling. Caden going to drive. Dish to Stacy. Now to Hamilton. Over to Stallard. Stallard calls for Bowling. Bowling working against Henson. Going to go up for a layup off the backboard for Caden Bowling. Another sub for the Tigers coming in. Let's see if nope,
Henson will come out of the game for Jackson City.
I don't have that young man's name or number down on my Jackson City roster. If anybody knows number 35 that just came into the game for the Tigers, please let us know so I can get him on the roster. I don't have him listed at all.
Nonetheless, here Breathitt is still in the 2-3 zone.
I don't know if that's Cayetan or not. They've got him listed at number 20. Maybe he's just got a different jersey on. Basket was good for the Tigers. Hamilton going to step back for three and hits it at the buzzer. Big time basket by Jackson Hamilton.
And Breathitt will go to the halftime here with a 57-17 lead over the Jackson City Tigers, Rob. Complete control right now for the Bobcats.
Yeah, big time lead for the Bobcats. We'll take a quick break and pay some bills and have a commercial by our outstanding producer, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Kentucky Farm Bureau has been insuring folks for more than 75 years. So, we know Kentucky. Case in point, we know the Happy Birthday song was written by a pair of Kentucky sisters. The whole song lasts only about 15 seconds. Yeah, good thing. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies, including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Just up the road in Erlanger, Kentucky's own playing card company produces 4 billion decks of cards a year. We know because we're Kentucky's insurance company, insuring all sorts of property damage involving your auto and home, but not your house of cards. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
All right, folks, we are back, and while we're on the subject of commercials, we'll run down a few that we may have missed. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving Breathitt for over 50 years. Check out the free CBTJ mobile app, your banking right on your mobile device. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Family and Hometown Pharmacy have always been proud supporters of the Tigers and the Bobcats. Jackson Electric, stop in and see Herbie and Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, and heating needs, along with your septic system and appliance parts. Variety Pizza, home of the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Man, I had an Italian hoagie there the other night, let me tell you. Oh, it's good. I just had to throw that one in there.
Well, I'm starving. So.
Jackson Deposit Bank. Every city needs a great bank, and Jackson Deposit is Jackson's bank. And another big thanks to our local Farm Bureau agencies here for being the title sponsors on this 55th district tournament between this game between Breathitt and Jackson. Wolfe County Farm Bureau with Susan Cable and Fig Kelly. And a big welcome to Breathitt County Farm Bureau, Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Big thanks to both of those insurance agencies coming on board and being the title sponsors. Casey, the Bobcats and Coach John Noble are back on the floor doing some warm-ups. We talked about this during our commercial break. Coach Noble emptied the bench and brought everybody out, except I think at this time Kanan Gross and maybe Ben Wooten haven't been on the floor for the Bobcats. And we expect to probably see them. And in a good show of respect, Mr. Pertussit from the Tigers team also brought in some younger kids. And it's a good time for those kids to get some action. The Bobcats have this one well at hand. A lot of people expected this score. A lot of people talked about that today as it being, one-sided in the Bobcats' favor. You got to love the fight in the Tigers as Peyton Tharp has hit some big three-point baskets. Micah Henson continues to drive to the lane and look for an open shot. Just all the kids on this Tigers team. Coach Pertussit's not going to let them back down, and it's evident that they keep fighting even though they're outmanned, if you will, by this Bobcat team.
Well, our producer just shared a great graphic there that showed the difference in rebounding is astronomical, as it's 21-4 for the Bobcats. And anytime that you play a team that can shoot the ball as well as Breathitt can, if they miss a shot, you have to get the rebound, and that's just not been the case today for Jackson City. As this athletic group of Bobcats is well in the driver's seat to take this one home. It seems as they're up by 40 points going into the second half, Rob, and they have no sign of slowing down, even though that Jalen Turner's not here tonight with them. And this team you can tell that they're having fun. It's postseason basketball, and you was touching on it. you know, it's good to see these coaches get these younger guys in this situation. Is you know, we've actually had quite a few people ask us if we would carry some of the JV games.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
so
you know, I'm sure a lot of fans want to see these young kids get out here and play. You alluded to the rebound deficit that the Tigers have, and I spoke about it the other night with Lucas on our broadcast of the girls' game between Breathitt and Jackson. You know, in that girls' game, the Lady Cats doubled up the rebounds on the Lady Tigers, and that was one reason that they were successful, and that's something you got to look at. If you are or if you aren't getting points to fall, you still need to pound the boards.
Yeah.
Getting that rebound and getting that second chance opportunity and taking away a possession of your opponent, you know, can change the outcome of a ball game really quick.
When my playing days ended when I was in middle school, when I played for Coach Doug Noble, who's an assistant here at the high school, and that was just a pet peeve of his, is that if you didn't do the dirty work as a post player or any player for that matter, get down there, box out, get the rebound. There's no excuse for you to be on the defensive end and not get a rebound, and or at least put a body on somebody to try to get a rebound. And that's how I earned my playing time for him. Listen, my vertical jump wasn't very high. I just tell you, you know, and I wasn't the tallest guy on the team, but going up against even taller people, I went to the foul line quite often because they would reach over me to try to get a rebound. I would always put my body on the line for a rebound, as he rewarded me with playing time back when I played for him, and it's something that you expect.
Yeah.
From a well-coached team, you know, you expect the team to keep fighting and scratching, and rebounding is such a huge part of a ball game. It's like turnovers. You know, turnovers are a huge part as well. But I've always said, and anybody that's watched our broadcast know that I'm big on not giving a team a second chance points or a second opportunity at scoring the basket on their end of the court. You know, you can't give them second chance at a possession. You've got to limit those, I should say, as much as you can. And the Bobcats have done that tonight with a huge disparity, I guess you could say, in the rebounding category.
Well, the Bobcats continue to warm up. A lot of the young players going to see some time here in the second half. Coach Breathitt has his Tigers over on the bench talking to them, giving them some encouraging words to stay in it in this game and to get some of the young players ready that, you know, maybe haven't played a lot thus far in the season.
Well, like I said earlier, you know, you got to leave it all on the court, no matter what the score is. Right now, you come out and it's 0-0.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do. You know, a lot of these Jackson City Tigers still have a smile on their face. You know, they're going to leave it all on the court right here. They're going to play as hard as they can as both teams look to bring out their starters to start this second half.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, you got to love the fact that, you know, there's no quit in the Tigers team. And like you said, they're standing out there talking to one another, smiles on their face. You think about the big three-point shots that Peyton Tharp has hit. You think about Micah Henson driving to the basket. You know, each one of these players, both the Jet boys and Paxton Howard, have played great. You know, to this point, you know, they're not getting the ball in the basket every time they put up a shot. It took them a few minutes to find the hoop, but there's no give up in them, and you got to respect that from a group of players, especially from this Tigers team. Starting five back out on the court. Howard with it now, working over to Henson. Henson calling the offense, calls for Howard to come back. He gets the ball. Howard working against Bellamy. 2-3 zone by the Bobcats on the Tigers right now. Henson back over to Howard. Tharp moves inside. Ball knocked loose by Hoskins. Tharp with it now again over to Jaden Jett. Puts up a shot. Little short jumper, no good. Luke Bellamy comes down with the rebound. A nice, calm, and methodical offensive set by Jackson that time. They just didn't get the basket to fall.
Yeah, I tell you one thing that I've been waiting to see today is Henson and him shooting the three. He hasn't pulled the trigger on the long three like he had when me and you've had the chance to watch him earlier in the season, and I fully expect him to kind of launch a few of those coming up here.
I don't know who the call was on. Sperry and Braxton Jett kind of, or Yeah, Braxton Jett kind of talking to each other as they come back down the court. I don't know who got the foul that time, but it doesn't matter. The Tigers have the ball, and Jaden Jett goes up with a shot, no good. Rebound by Sperry. Sperry dribbles down the court, dishes up to Christie. Christie with a lob from Sperry, can't get it to fall. Comes back with his own rebound. He's working out at the top of the key. Now over to Combs. Combs dishes to Luke Bellamy. Wide open from the corner for three. Rims out, no good. Christie with another rebound. Christie with another rebound, goes up, gets his own, puts it up and in.
You think this game doesn't mean something to him? That even with the score the way it is, Christie is still playing extremely hard.
Well, the young man led all scorers in the first quarter of this game. If you want to talk about Tyler Christie, we will. He came out in the first quarter and set the tempo and the pace for the Bobcats real quick.
Well, you speak on that, and then we also talked right then about the rebounding discrepancy there, and that just adds to it with him going up and leaping. This group is so athletic. They got such a spring in them to go up and get those rebounds. So that is going to pay dividends to them later on as they look to be in the driver's seat to go and meet Wolf County in the district championship game.
I don't have an official score, but I have Tyler Christie down for 13 points in that first quarter. Like I said, he came out and set the tone early for the Bobcats, hitting the boards, putting up his second chance shots and making them fall. He also went to the foul line early for the Bobcats and was able to knock down some early foul shots.
And while we got a second here, I'd like to anybody that's watching that hasn't, please go over to our YouTube page and subscribe. It's free, 100% free, and hit the bell notification. That way you know when we're going to go live. And like we said, we're going to be having us a sports show before long. Really focus on the region, if you will, wow. I'm lost for words right now about the
Well, I wanted Braxton Jett to hit that three. I wanted him to shoot about three of them in the first half. He shot one from the corner and didn't hit it. What we were wowing about was Sperry comes down the court with a behind-the-back pass to Combs, and when it went up, Christie was able to go back and put it in, but what a pass by Sperry. Lob up to Christie now. He catches it, has to go back down with it, but he puts up the shot, and it's good. Another two for Christie.
Speaking back on what we was talking about there, it doesn't cost anything to hit that bell notification, subscribe to our YouTube channels. We're trying to get over 1,000, and once we do, we should have a lot more great content for you guys as we push forward and try to take BSN to the next level, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, Casey. We get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We can make some things happen. It's going to be exciting for us to get our little sports show started. I think finally this month we're going to make some leaps and bounds on that. We've worked hard at it, and I tell you what, it takes a lot to put this together. As Christie drives to the basket, puts up two more. Nice assist by Andrew Combs. One thing I was thinking about, Casey, is you got to love, Coach Bertusson's sitting on the bench. He got teed up early. He got teed up because he believes in his team. The thing you got to believe in if you're a Jackson Tiger, you got a young man with the ball over in the corner by the name Micah Henson, who is the only senior. You got a lot of young guys on this team that are really, if they stick together, they're going to be a good basketball team.
Yeah,
the Tigers will be good in the upcoming years. Their youthfulness and athleticism is going to be something to see here in the next upcoming seasons.
You know me as a coach, I don't believe in moral victories, but a taste of defeat in a district championship or district tournament with a young team will definitely won't set well with the Jackson City Tigers, as coach is still calling out plays and giving instructions to his young team, and that's wonderful to see.
I just love it, man. You're calling this, talking about it, and these kids are all over the court, and we're talking about young players, and you got Braxton Jett in there, and he's not afraid to go up against Bryce. We were talking about maybe he got away with a couple of fouls earlier, and he's in there giving it to Bryce just a minute ago. Not that the ball was coming in the lane, but he was making sure that he was keeping Bryce off of him. That's good to see. Young man not intimidated and, playing against a fine athlete in Bryce Hoskins. Jaden Jett gets the ball into Tharp. Tharp going to work around. Tried to dish inside to Henson, and Sperry saves it out of bounds between his legs.
My giggle that everybody likes.
Yep, Hoskins gets it up to Combs. Shot was no good by Christie.
Man.
Christie goes back up again with his own rebound and another 2 points. Tyler Christie well on his way to being the leading scorer here tonight.
Without a doubt. He may have a double-double with the rebounds that he's had as well.
67 to 17, 3:01 to go in the third. Tharp with a long three. He's been good from there earlier, but he misses that one. Sperry going to slow it down. Smart decision by Austin Sperry.
Tony Hobbs chimes in here, says excited to see what Austin Sperry does in the next few years. Tony, I'm excited to see what Austin Sperry does in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
At this point.
Say hello to Coach Justin Combs. Good to see him on there watching. Glad he was there giving us some pointers tonight in the weight room.
Yeah, he was definitely, giving us some kind of feedback on our broadcast, telling us how we can improve. I greatly appreciate Coach Combs, and he's a good friend of ours, and his advice was awesome, I got to say.
He was. We got a quick timeout here. Coach Pertusic going to talk to his Tigers. Coach John Noble has came out to talk to Hamilton, Ritchie, Isaac Bellamy,
I tell you,
Caden Turner, and Aaron Stallard.
You got to love it. If you look over on the bench, you got Coach Doug Noble still coaching up Austin Sperry as he goes to the bench, drawing it up, showing him what he could do different to better his game, and that is just excellent to see.
Well, I tell you what, fine group of athletes sitting on the bench right now for the Breathitt Bobcats. A lot of good things to come for the Bobcats, too, in the future, as we got a lot of fine young players over there, Casey, that are on the court right now, and some that are sitting. You talk about an outstanding freshman in Austin Sperry, as Tyler Christie's kind of going down the bench, patting everybody on the back.
Yeah.
The starters that just took a seat.
Well, it means a lot to him as a senior to have a team that gives that much effort to you, and lays it all on the floor for you.
Yep.
It's great to see.
Makes it hard for a senior to leave a group of guys like that. You got to believe he's going to come back and watch them when they play next season. Henson with it, working for the Tigers. He's working against Hamilton. Dishes over to Paxton Howard. Howard going against Isaac Bellamy and Caden Turner. Goes up with a shot, can't get the roll. Rebound down to Aaron Stallard. Now over to Ritchie. Blake Ritchie brings the ball up the court for the Bobcats. Over to Hamilton. He's going to be left wide open for three.
I think he was good. He was a little shocked by the fact that he was left open.
He was. He was kind of shocked that nobody was going to be guarding him. Once again, we got a timeout. Bobcats and Tigers go up to their respectable corners, if you will. But you got to love the smiles on the faces from both teams as they go up and down the court talking to one another. You just get a good feeling from this ball game, even though it's out of hand at this point. 72 to 17 in the third, 1:50 to go. I'll take a quick minute and run down some sponsors again real quick. Jackson Physical Therapy owner Colby Watts and Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. PDQ Sales and Service, formerly Jackson Wholesale, Dan McIntyre and his staff serving the wholesale needs and supplying Eastern Kentucky. The Law Office of Darrell Harold. Thanks again for Darrell joining the broadcast. He has over 30 years of taking care of all the legal needs of the citizens of Breathitt, Wolf, and surrounding counties. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving Breathitt County for over 50 years. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, always proud supporters of the Tigers and the Bobcats. Jackson Electric, stop in and see Herbie and Scott for all your plumbing and electrical needs. Variety Pizza. And Jackson Deposit Bank. Thanks to all those sponsors. Fans, if you get a chance, go out and visit one of them. Tell them you watched this broadcast and heard their name on our sponsor list. That way they know that their money's being spent wisely, and we're up here bragging on these student athletes and giving them plenty of coverage and advertisement for being a part of BSN. Tigers come up empty on that trip down the court, Casey, and the Bobcats have it back as Stallard goes hard to the basket, puts up a layup. Nice shot by Aaron Stallard.
Yes, I mean, I'm just taken back by the athleticism that Breathitt has, even at this depth of the bench that they have here, Rob.
Henson passed inside to Jaden Jett. Over to Tharp, now to Paxton Howard. He goes up for the shot, and it's partially blocked, but the foul going to be called on Stallard, I believe. Paxton Howard will go to the foul line for the Tigers. The quickness, the rebounding we talked about, but also the quickness of the Bobcats has been something here that the Tigers have had a hard time dealing with. And even not just the starting five. When we talked about the Bobcats bringing in guys off the bench. The quickness of the Bobcats has really been something that the Tigers have had a hard time dealing with here tonight.
Their shooting's been excellent too. Breathitt is really, I'll be honest with you, Breathitt has shot better from the 3-point line than they have in the 2-point field goal attempts that they've taken.
Ritchie dishes over to Bellamy for 3. It rims off, no good. Rebound down to Jackson Hamilton. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Paxton Howard. Ball will stay with the Bobcats. Caden Turner going to inbound the ball. We do have a running clock here, folks, so if anybody was wondering, the clock is running in this game. We're down to less than 30 seconds. Caden Turner turns, puts up a nice shot off the backboard. 2 points for Caden Turner.
Now, Rob, I've not had a chance to look at our schedule coming up this week, but I know that Brendan had sent us. I was pretty hard at work today, to be honest with you. When is the 55th District Championship game?
We will be here tomorrow night for the boys' championship game between the Wolf County Wolves and the Breathitt Bobcats. And we will be back Wednesday night with the girls' championship game. We're going to take a quick break and go to commercial. Tieback's going to pay some bills.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives. And people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
I'm going to cover my mistake real well, Casey, because I'll tell my age. There's no way that I would have guessed Jaden Jett was a senior on this Jackson Tiger team, but I've been corrected. Mr. Jaden Jett is a senior on this team along with Micah Henson. And I'm going to say I'll cover my mistake and tell you my age because I was privileged enough to coach those two young guys on one of the first couple of years of Lumberjack football. And there's no way I would have guessed that Jaden was already a senior. But
make you feel old.
Yeah, but my apologies, but we do want to give.
Well, there's your one mistake for the night, Rob.
All the support we can to Micah Henson and Jaden Jett, the seniors on the Tigers team.
Well deserved.
As we have Cayetan back in the game for the Tigers, along with Paxton Howard, Peyton Tharp, and we've got Combs and Henson also in the game for the Tigers. Henson going to bring the ball up the court. Micah hasn't been to the hoop as much as we've seen him when we covered the game at Golf Gymnasium. Maybe been covered a little bit more. Paxton going to drive, kicks back to Henson. Thought about the three.
He wants to.
Yeah, Hamilton all over him. Henson loses the handle. Ritchie comes up with it. 7:10 to go in the fourth. Dish over to Stallard in the corner. Wanted to throw it to Ritchie, calls for him. Ritchie gets it back. Ritchie working against Peyton Tharp. That's a good matchup. Hamilton now to Stallard. Stallard dishes to Ritchie. Nice rotation on this young Breathitt offense. Ritchie goes in with a floater. 2 points for Blake Ritchie. Nice floater by Blake right in the lane. 2-3 zone defense of the Bobcats. Paxton Howard gets by one defender. Puts up a shot, no good. Ritchie brings the ball down the court. He's going to drive to the lane, goes up with a layup, and it's in. 2 more for Blake Ritchie. Get a quick whistle.
Yeah, that's a good job by the timekeeper there. Just go ahead and get a sub.
And we're going to get Dylan Stacy, Caden Bowling, and Kanan Gross in the game for the Bobcats. We talked about this earlier. Good to see Kanan in the game. Folks, don't be surprised if Kanan isn't under the basket and gets open for a three at some point in the next 6 minutes.
Yeah, he's going to want to shoot the three.
He's a big man in the middle right now, playing the post game for the Bobcats. But I tell you what, if he gets open from outside, look out. We've seen it.
In a 2-3 zone here.
Paxton Howard dribbles over to Peyton Tharp, who puts up a long three. It rims off. Rebound down to Sizemore. Him and Hamilton able to tie it up. Jaden Jett going to come back in. He comes in for Peyton Tharp.
Farmer will be in the ball game for the Bobcats.
And Wooten. Hamilton and Stallard going to take a seat for the Bobcats. Henson inbounds the ball for the Tigers. Into Braxton Jett. This is over to Howard now on the right wing. All the way over to Henson, who's going to shoot the three, and it's good for Micah Henson.
Been waiting on him to pull the trigger on those three-point shots, man. He's got a really pretty stroke to him.
5:11 to go here in the game. Caden Boland brings the ball up the court.
Here it goes.
Over to Farmer. There's Kanan Gross with a high arching three. No good. We knew he was going to get out there and get open.
I fully expect that not to be the only three-point shot.
Yes. Paxton Howard was open but can't get the three to fall. Ben Wooten with the rebound over to Dylan Stacy. Stacy over to Farmer in the corner, who's wide open. That three-point basket's no good, to the dismay of the Breathitt bench. Henson now working against Wooten. Comes down, puts up another three, no good. Rebound to Dylan Stacy.
Dylan got away with a little walk there.
Stacy brings the ball down the court, dribbles the lane, dishes to Farmer. Farmer goes under the basket. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound down to Jett. Jett over to Henson. Henson now up the court to Jaden Jett. Now back to Braxton. Now over to Henson. Now to Paxton Howard from the left wing. That three's no good. Boy, that one wanted to go in but didn't. Bowling tried to get the ball up the court to Stacy, and I think Howard got a hand on it. Henson going to come down, put up an open three. Rims out. Oh. Coach Pertussit gives him a hand clap, says, keep trying, son. That one was going in.
You keep sending it.
Caden Boland going to go all the way to the hoop and can't get it to fall. But Kanan Gross with a rebound and a putback. Well, he's got to start somewhere. You got to hit the two before you go for the three.
Well, now he's broke the ice. He'll probably be going for a three now, for sure.
Jaden Jett passes to Micah Henson. Over in the corner to Braxton Jett. Now to Sizemore. Sizemore over to Henson.
Something I wanted to touch base on.
Henson back to Sizemore, going to shoot the three. Nice basket by Sizemore. Hilton with a big three-point shot.
Breathitt clapping it up for him.
You got to love it. Stacy comes down, puts up a three off the backboard, no good. Rebound down to Howard, now up to Henson. Henson drives, 1-on-3, dishes over to Jaden Jett. Long jump shot for two, no good. Caden Boland's going to run it out, coast to coast after the rebound, puts up a layup and good for Caden Boland.
You know, what I was going to say there just a second ago, Rob, I was looking at the Breathitt bench there. There's a lot of multi-sport athletes over there. You know, they don't just play one sport.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these guys are playing a lot of football, basketball, baseball. I mean, they're really getting after it, and that's something I want to touch base on as a coach. You know, we take pride in that and promoting all of our sports. And Coach Moore, you know, he's a head football coach at Breathitt, but we are very supportive of our boys playing multi-sports, and that is a great thing that all coaches should practice, because you can gain so many more skills playing different sports as you can just one. So
Paxton Howard drove in under the basket, and the shot was no good, but he goes to the line. He was fouled. 84-24, 2:35 left in this one, as Paxton Howard going to shoot his second foul shot. It's up and in. I'll take a quick minute to say thanks to Wolfe County Farm Bureau, Susan Cable and Fig Kelly, and also Breathitt County Farm Bureau, Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Big thanks to those insurance agencies for being the sponsors here in the 55th District Tournament. Remind everybody that once again to go over to YouTube and subscribe. It is free. Just hit the subscription button. There's no charge, but you'll get to watch everything and you'll get notified of our broadcasts. And we'd really like for you to do that right now. We need about 70 more people, I think, at the beginning of the broadcast.
Get us over 1,000.
Get us over 1,000. We'll be able to do some special things for you after we do that. Farmer puts up a three, no good. Bowling with the rebound, back to Farmer again. He steps back behind the arc with another one, and that one's in for Matthew Farmer. Big three-point basket for the senior on the Bobcats. He gives a point to the crowd.
How about the freshman chasing the ball down, getting the rebound, and looking for his senior teammate?
Well, you got four freshmen on the court smiling from ear to ear. Now that the senior Matthew Farmer's hit that shot, Peyton Tharp with a big three. He was 6 foot behind the arc, and man, it was nothing but net. Great shot by Peyton Tharp.
I just want to know what his range is.
Yeah, probably the half-court line. Paxton Howard going to tip that pass out of bounds.
I thought it was out
on Howard, but must have went out on Stacy. Ball going to come to Combs for the Tigers. Combs brings it up the court over to Tharp. He hit from there just a minute ago. That one didn't fall for him. Less than a minute to go. 87-28 left in this one. 48 seconds. Stacy dribbles, goes under the basket, puts up a nice layup for Dylan Stacy for the Bobcats. 40 seconds left, 89-28. Combs brings the ball down the court for the Tigers. Puts up a long three, no good. Rebound down to Stacy. Stacy dishes over to Farmer again for three. Bowling with the rebound, and it's up and in. 2 points for Caden Bowling. Combs brings it up the court. Over to Tharp. Tharp going to put it up for three again. That one's no good. Now down to Stacy. Stacy with the rebound. 10 seconds to go. 91-28.
We'll be content to just dribble it out.
Yep, Bobcats going to dribble it out. Let the clock finish. And the Breathitt Bobcats and Coach John Noble will advance to the championship game against the Wolfe County Wolves and Robert Scott Creech. And that'll be here tomorrow night as they defeat the Jackson City Tigers 91-28. We'll take a quick break and let our producer play some commercials, and we'll come back and recap the game and give you some information about the rest of the week. Thanks, folks.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kentucky Farm Bureau has been insuring folks for more than 75 years. So, we know Kentucky. Case in point, we know the Happy Birthday song was written by a pair of Kentucky sisters. The whole song lasts only about 15 seconds. Yeah, good thing. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies, including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Rose Gymnasium in Campton, Kentucky, where two teams from Jackson traveled down here tonight. Casey and the Breathitt Bobcats come out on top with a tremendous victory over the Jackson City Tigers. Nothing taken away from the Tigers, but the Bobcats definitely the better team here, and they are sure sure in tournament fashion right now, even though they were missing one of their stars, Jalen Turner. All things clicking for them here tonight. They played really loose, comfortable together, moved the ball around the court. I think Tyler Christie, I had him down, this is unofficial, but I had him down for 25 points. Came out and had a big first quarter, set the pace early for the Bobcats, and there was no looking back. It was all gas pedal and no brakes.
Yeah, that seems to be the MO for the Breathitt County Bobcats is getting a quick start, getting off the bus and being ready to play from the word go, because the one thing about this team is when they get things rolling early, they're tough. When they are on a slow start, it turns into a slugfest of sorts. We've seen that all season long with them. And
we talked about it earlier, the fact that this was a much different looking team than the team that scored 1 point against that Prairie Central team during the third quarter. Much more focused team. Coach John Noble got to be happy with the performance here tonight. I think a lot of the fans that had sent us messages during the week were expecting an outcome like this, but like I said, taking nothing away from the Tigers, the Bobcats just a better team here tonight. Coach Pertussic's team and the Jackson Tigers with some great athletes, and they didn't disappoint in the fact that they gave a good effort. They played the whole game and keep coming at the Bobcats. Things just didn't go their way, and the Bobcats really set the tone early, and we'll look forward to seeing the Bobcats in full fashion here again tomorrow night against the Wolfe County Wolves in a big district championship.
Yeah, that game, to preview that game, they weren't able to run that one back from earlier in the season. They were, I'm sure the Bobcats were itching to get a second go at the Wolves after that complete devastating blowout that they suffered right here on this floor. So Breathitt is definitely looking to rebound and to play a much better game against Wolfe County, who is, I just tell you, they're playing on a different level right now as well, heading into the postseason play. So both of these teams are at the top of the 14th region. It's it was expected to see these two teams meet in the 55th district championship game, and as always, it could be an absolute barn burner of a ball game. So tune in and check it out tomorrow night as these two teams, Breathitt and Wolfe, are looking to make a statement going into the regional tournament.
Well, folks, that'll do it for us here at BSN. If you'll tune back in here in a few minutes, we hope to have a post-game press conference if we can get that going live here in a little bit. Talk to some of the players real quick. Big thanks to Wolfe County Farm Bureau and Breathitt County Farm Bureau for being the title sponsors. Again, this is Rob Houndshell for Casey Allen, Darren Back, and our producer, Ty Back. That's it from here at Rose Gymnasium tonight. Thanks for watching BSN.